I'm good. How are you?
Super duper.
Happily ever after.
Yeah, pretty good.
Thanks. Here's a mic check. Thank you, folks. Golders! This tweet is brought to you by Golders, reminding you that they appreciate us when we buy stuff. Hello, everyone! How are you doing today? I love doing this at cons because, that's the only response you can actually say. Woo is a response for good. Like, if you're at work, you're like, "How are you doing?" Woo! Oh, are you okay? Woo! Bob, I'm sending you to HR. Aww. That's the other proud response that you can do is if you say something really cute, like those puppies outside. Aww. Yeah, a baby. Aww. That's why I know I'm at a furry crowd. So welcome to Three-Headed Monster. Who here has been to one of these before? Who here hasn't? Put your hand down. Okay, you guys are really in for a treat because these are three of the fandom's greatest stand-up comedians. And I really honestly mean this. When you go to a con, you see a lot of improv. You see a lot of stuff done off the cuff. You see a lot of comedians. Whose Line is a great thing. But it's really, really awesome to see stand-ups who have worked on their craft, prepared their shows, and have just really mostly prepared their shows. Or Alkali, who just gets drunk and falls on the stage. But no, seriously, they've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now?
This is number 5.
This is your number 5, and this is an event that started here at this con, so this is really special, and I really am glad you guys are here to see this. I'm really glad that you guys are here to experience, honestly, one of the best things we have at this show. So, until he starts paying attention, ladies and gentlemen, Xander the Blue!
With our microphone.
Watch out for the tape. Get the tape from the stage.
No. Oh no.
Yes.
My timer went off.
Sorry.
I can help.
Oh yes, make the timer come back.
I need your fingerprint. Fuck.
Oh my god! Oh god, you did it. I ruined the magic. Already.
It was a boy all
What do you
along.
mean there's no Santa Claus?
Holy crap, it's the light.
Lock yourself out of your phone!
Did I? No, it's gotta shake. I did it! Stand back. Hey! Oh man, thank you for that applause. That'd be really embarrassing if I suck. So, I could just come up here and start reciting Tide Pod recipes. You don't know. Recipe 1. The Frothed Millennium. Also known as Young Yeller. Put 1 Tide Pod onto avocado toast. Also pairs well with red wine and student loans. I really have no transition, so I just say, anyway. For those of you who have never seen me before, I'm Xander the Blue, and I am an artist who answers to no one when it comes to their creative vision, which means I'm unemployed. It's actually a pretty good gig. Ever since I was let go by my job, I get some money every couple weeks and just deal with the depression of not giving anything of worth to the world. So it's a lot like being a Trump, and that's my political humor for the day. Anyway. Yeah, so don't follow my lead. I'm not a great role model by any means. I'm doing this. Yeah, he thought it was funny, but it was in the hallway. Anyway, fuck! I keep doing that. Twitter is a thing, and I'm not going to name any names, but if you have a lot of followers on Twitter, let me give you a little advice. If you say something that's slightly controversial, don't be surprised when you get a lot of replies. That's like throwing garbage on your front porch and saying, where'd I get all these goddamn raccoons? Because some of the raccoons are going to have pink hair, and some of the raccoons are going to have red hats. And the thing about that is, So when you see, oh fuck, these raccoons, I better throw more trash. So it doesn't matter what you say on Twitter either. You could just be like, I hate slavery. And someone will reply, but that's my favorite form of chain migration. I'll let you decide which raccoon that is. So, yeah, Twitter's pretty rough. It's really hard out there. The straight white males are always being blamed for things. Thank God I love Dick. And it's like, oh, there's an article on Jezebel about, being blamed for this and that. Does that bother you? Nope. I can't buy a tiki torch without getting funny looks. And it's like, oh, I'm having a flaming party. Okay. And people are like, oh, what do you do? Like, doesn't it bother you? Do you have a solution for me as a straight blonde male? And I'm like, well, you could suck my gay dick. Literally. One blowjob, one ticket to the parade. It's simple. Yeah. Anyway. Anyways, God damn it, I did it again. I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately, and it's something you do when you're on unemployment. There's a show called Dirty Money, and it's one of my favorite shows, but it will make you lose, your faith in humanity if you're not careful. Like, the average episode is like, this terrible company ruined the poor and ruined their lives. Here's the CEO, and he's bathing in baby blood. And he's like, this is a legitimate business! It's like every episode. Except for one, which was comedy gold, and I couldn't stop laughing the entire episode because it was the most Canadian thing I have ever seen. It was about the great maple syrup heist, where millions of dollars of maple syrup was stolen in the middle of the night. And I couldn't stop laughing because they were with straight faces talking about the syrup mafia. Do they sorry for breaking your kneecaps? I can't picture that. And they're showing legal documents with Mounties, like a montage, and the legal documents saying black market maple syrup. How does that work? Does just someone go on the corner, my pancakes are dry. I need help. There's a dealer on the corner, and there's different strains. All right, I got your Sticky Trudeau. I got your Dudley Do-Right OG. My personal favorite, the diabetic grizzly bear. So he buys his purchase, he runs around the corner, and he made a mistake, didn't test it, and he looks at, this shit is cut with Nutella. So yeah, anyway. I have no memory, so I have to keep checking my notes. There's also on Netflix, there's a new Queer Eye, and I really tried to get through the first episode, and I couldn't do it. Because it was very weird for me growing up. Every gay person is supposed to have a special ability. I am more of a red mage. I'm just great at nothing. For the Final Fantasy players out there. Yeah, I was like, I can't get on that team. They're hitting gay home runs all the time. Well, that's not furry. To be gay and furry, you just have to lean over and take a pitch. You're on the team. But anyway, I was watching this. I did it again. I was watching Queer Eye, and the first episode they go into deep dark Georgia. This older guy with his retirement buddies, and he's hanging out with them. And all of a sudden, the 5 gayest guys you ever see kidnap him and put him into their truck. And I get to see his other retirement buddies with looks on their face oh shit, they're gonna fuck Tom. And from their perspective, the next time they see he's all pretty and stuff, did they just inject that into him? So I just couldn't get through it, unfortunately. But one thing that is in Chicago, I went to once, and it's not really my thing. Anyone heard of IML? International Mr. Leather, where it's very BDSM and weird, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. That's cool and everything. But I will say this, thanks to that, I will never look at the phrase puppy bowl the same way. When I hear it, I just picture like guys in hoods, a very confused audience, like, which team are they on? I don't care, this is hot. Where'd the ball go? Oh no. So, like I said before, one of my old jobs, the last job I had was actually, I worked on slot machines. Maybe one of the reasons I was let go was because, like, they would have meetings about, oh, what are we going to do? We have to name this Egyptian-themed game. It's like, oh, sarcophagus of treasure, or pyramid of riches. And I'm just like, money coffin! I play money coffin. That's also another name for a casino, so that works. Probably why they let me go. But I also worked at a video store a long time ago, and my favorite part of it was like the guys who had to hide their porn purchases or rentals. So they would like rent Schindler's List and put that over, Titty Titty Gangbang or something like that. And I know they had nothing to do with each other, but when I got them and I was like checking it out, I'm like, kinky. And one of the other jobs I worked was like, I was a soccer rep for really little kids, like first grade and stuff. How you can get yelled at all day for money. Because the parents are constantly yelling at you. Like, oh, you kicked that kid, or kicked that kid, that's a foul. But really, it's just a lot of kids falling over and kicking at something in a cloud, and there's something in the middle. It's like looking at it from far away. It just looks like an adorable hate crime. Someone getting jumped into a lollipop kill? What the? So, anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So picking up new material was hard. And I've gotten a little better at it as far as like running it by my brain audience, as far as running it by yourself, if something's good or not. And you get better at judging it for yourself how an audience is going to react. Like, wait a minute, Xander. You're the same guy who was the only one in class that laughed when the art teacher said a famous painter was hit by a train. Yeah, exactly. Not fucking funny at all. But hear me out, okay? Painter gets hit by a train. I could see that being me. Because I get in that mode where I'm just like, you know how Sherlock goes to his mind palace? Mine's more like a brain shack, where I formulate my stupid ideas. And I just think things like, yeah, which came first? The pearl necklace or the pearl necklace? That's when you jizz on someone's neck? Someone didn't know, so I had to tell them. It was like a caveman, like, oh, Ugg make pretty. And he just has an idea then. Because you can't be really, I never came close to orgasm and be like, let's get creative. Because you can't be accurate. I mean, it's like, maybe if you're a cake decorator, you could be pretty good. It would just end up looking like Jackson Pollock more so. And maybe Bob Ross, like, oh, here's a happy little boy. So that's the things I'm thinking, and wham, hit by a train. And by the way, something else I thought was funny, what was the famous painter's last act in life? He painted the train. Yeah, that's right. Here's a little story that, well, it's a lesson in life, really. I would advise you to not have a TV on while having sex. And this is why. It's very rare me and Alkali get to actually have a moment together where both of us are fully conscious because our schedules don't line up. And one of us is always like half asleep. And like, you know, that's how we do things. And, you know, if we hadn't known each other for 8 years, it would probably be illegal. Yeah, you were cool with that? Okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah, that was good. And so, one magical day, you know, the stars or the planets aligned and we both have free time. We're like, oh, this is going to be great. We left the TV on in the background. And if you don't know the logistics or follow me on FA, put it nicely, we were fucking, and delicately, if you will. And so we're going at it, and I'm about to arrive, and we had this documentary thing on the background about like shows that's been on time, and they're like, and that's when they made the television show about the Holocaust. I'm like, no, stop! I can't kill millions of jizz while there's billions of Jews being talked about. This is weird. But wait, part of me is German, and we think he's Jewish, so it's kind of like revenge in real time. This is kind of nice, okay. It's okay, I'm just going to keep going and hope it goes like to the next segment and we can just finish this. And that's where and then they made and that's when they made Roots. Roots is about slavery, so like, oh fuck, I can't wait anymore. I'm sorry, Kunta Kinte. So yeah, and then when we finished, I'm like, were you paying attention to the TV? Like, oh no. And that's when I decided to tell that story on stage ever since. Oh, anyway. Oh, I love the conspiracy peoples. It's a lot of fun on Twitter. There's a lot of people who think flat Earth is a thing, which is amazing. Like, when I heard there was like flat Earthers and a bunch of like, did the Amish just get Wi-Fi? What? It doesn't make sense. But there's a lot of them that get together and they're like Bigfoot people and they have Bigfoot conventions. Now, I don't know much about Bigfoot, but I do have a boyfriend who's 6'8" and has a fursuit. He would be like the belle of the ball. But oh my God, it's Bigfoot! He's adorable! Oh my God! So lots of shit has been happening. When I grew up, my favorite guy I looked up to was a role model was Michael Jordan, and you know he's mostly kept his nose clean, which is great. I mean, he did cheat on his wife, but like that's not 2018 bad. Like compared to what all else and stuff, like at least his wife had a big settlement and like she's good and everything. When I heard about Kevin Spacey, I'm just like, oh fuck, spoilers. Now, yeah, we all know how House of Cards is gonna end. That sucks. You watch Usual Suspects, like, oh my God, he was gay the whole time. All I'm saying is Jon Snow better keep his dick in his pants. That's all I'm saying. So when I was growing up, one of my favorite bands was the B-52s. Does anyone know them? Yeah, I love the B-52s because it's like, hey, the lead vocalist is like, you know, I could try to sing, try to hit a few notes. But what if I just talk like a gay carnival barker? But it just sounds like, like here is a dragon, he's as big as a well, and he's about to lift his tail. I got a bottom, he can fit about 20, so hurry up and get behind this bunny. I know it's stupid. But I like it. 80s were a weird time growing up. I mean, when I grew up, like, Russia was the enemy. We were on the bridge of nuclear apocalypse. Isn't that fucking crazy? But, yeah. One thing I hated about the 80s was there was always movies that taught us that kids could kick adults' asses. And, like, I just had to feel, like, how many missing kids was that responsible for? They're like, oh, shit, I watched a Karate Kid. Oh, all right, mister, take that. And whoosh, into the candy van. His last thought is, they did just lie to me. Then I have to look at him in a milk carton, so that sucks. I know I'm dark, shut up. Anyway. What? So speaking of movies, what trailer? Me and Uncle I will watch. Oh wow, I should wrap it up, kinda, maybe. Anyway, yeah, we were watching trailers before a movie, which we don't usually go to the movie theaters. And it's like there was this one where the kids were super depressed and they're getting beat up in the hallway. Like, I just can't deal with this. We gotta stick together. Power Rangers. I'm like, what? So I'm just going to assume like every trailer is a dark reboot of an old kid's show from now on. He was like, just a guy hunched in the corner eating, wrappers on the floor. Dave, you can't do this. You have diabetes. You got the diabetes. It's the only way I know joy. Candyland. Of course, Frank was the best firefighter on the force. He could scale any building, but he had to have the next hit of morphine. Chutes and ladders. So, I'll leave you guys with this. You know, it's easy to get depressed. It's dark times and all. And actually, my life is pretty good, relatively. It's just easy to forget very easily, especially with all the stuff out there. And I just remember the one thing that always brings me joy. So I propose for 2020, if Trump is still in the White House, what he's proven to me is that we really don't need a president. So I think we should nominate inflatable T-Rex costume. And it doesn't matter who is in it. He just brings me hope and like joy no matter what. The debate would just be like, Mr. Trump, what should we do? I think we should build a wall. T-Rex costume? He fucking won. He got it. That's it. T-Rex 2020. That's all I got, guys. Thank you very much.
I love that. Hey, did you go to Three-Headed Monster? Yeah. What did he talk about? Oh, he talked about a T-Rex president. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, 5 minutes before that, he said adorable hate crime. But he's a cute, adorable, cuddly dragon, so you have to listen to what he says. It's cute. Anyway. It works for me, too. Up next, we honestly have one of the greatest performers in the fandom, and you all have to say thank you because he's the reason why you're here. Our con chairman, ladies and gentlemen, Alkali.
We're slowly collecting phones on this podium. Xander's... He was looking at Twitter while up here.
I can't tweet him.
Well, at least it's the Fursquared account. Thank you very much for that. Guys, you know, I've been doing this for a little while now, and Xander brought it up, that it is hard to come up with new material. And I tried a few different things. I tried being inspired by art, literature, television. None of that really helped. And then I got high. So these are some things I thought were funny when I was high. I apologize in advance, guys. I'm going to try some new shit here, because why not? Well, I sat down and tried to relax. I have a hard time relaxing. I come from a very high-stress job. I like high-stress situations, but sometimes you do need to calm down. So Xander, my roommate Miko, their way of calming down is playing Rocket League. Have you seen Rocket League? I call it car golf because it pisses them off. Rocket League is basically the equivalency of Xander's driving. You careen at things and they go flying. And tomorrow you get a new car. Well, they yell at this game. They yell, they scream, damn it, I can't believe it, damn it, ah! Well, I have the same reaction to City Skylines. Because I don't know why, but I have a turn lane. If I have a turn lane, you should use it to turn. But they weren't. They were all lined up in my turn lane, waiting to go forward. And I yelled this, and from the other room, is he playing Rocket League? And we go back, nope, City Skylines. So I got annoyed and I downloaded some mods and the greatest thing happened. There is a mod online for City Skylines, which by the way, it's a new version of SimCity. It's a city building game. I love it. I love the organizational aspect of it. And I downloaded a traffic simulator, a mod that would make traffic smarter. And I didn't know that this mod was so good. It actually made traffic smarter while taking 5% of the cars on the road and making them assholes. And now I don't need to build the city anymore because I have my own comedy show. I turned on my game, and the first thing I noticed is that this mod also let me go at 3 times speed. So I'm finally doing this game with the cars just zipping around. It's just taking away frames from it. And I looked at the hearse, because I needed a hearse because I had a lot of dead people in my town for reasons. For reasons! I never noticed in City Skylines, a hearse leaves the crematorium, goes to the first house, people get out of the hearse while leaving the car in the middle of the street. Then they go into the building, come out, put a body into the hearse. And I thought, okay, he's going to go back. I was actually watching the car to try to figure out traffic patterns. But he didn't go back to the crematorium. He went to the next house. And they parked the car in the middle of the street, got a body, and threw it in with the other one. And I thought this was the funniest damn thing I had ever seen. So I locked onto the hearse and I increased the speed of the game. And I watched this guy go pick up body, 5 bodies. And all I can imagine is, oh, Grandma, we'll miss you. Yep, she was a good lady. Just jam her in there. Move the young one. Don't worry, he's skinny. Just get on the slider and lube her up. There we go. One moment, waving to the traffic as they're sitting there, like, oh, thoughts and prayers. That's the 5th body in the... The hearse then drove all the way back through my maze of city streets, and at this point, apparently the game calculates it because it's going back to a ploppable asset. Basically, because it is a city vehicle, it treats it like a fire truck, and it's just blowing red lights because these bodies have places to be. It is screwing up all of my traffic as it's just, and my city was a walking city, so it's making more bodies! I had to build another mortuary just to have 4 hearses that were just murdering people. Like, I have job security. Job security. And finally, because I had the game at 3 times speed, I watched it at 1 time speed. What they're supposed to do is they pull up the car, they back it up to the mortuary. The guys get out of the car, they take out the bodies, they put them in, and then they go out of their way. But I had it at 3 times speed, so I got rid of a bunch of frames. So all it looked like is they did the old trick with the truck and just backed up really fast and shot the bodies into the mortuary and then drove off for the world's greatest hit and run. And I thought this was the great, I'm high as hell, and I'm watching this, I had to watch it 4 or 5 times. And then magic happened. Remember I told you the game turns 5% of the cars into asshole drivers? When the hearse went into the mortuary, it became a new asset. So it rolled that random chance. And it became an arsonist. watching this hearse careening through my town and going on sidewalks, raised sidewalks. People are just dying, like, yes! And finally it comes back after picking up bodies, because it was just a bad driver. It still does the same thing. It goes back to the mortuary and slams into it, bursts into flames. And I thought that is the most efficient mortuary ever. That is how crematorium should work from this point forward. Hearse, bam, gasoline. Bye-bye, Grandma. Send her off with a bed. Love that thing. But I yell at it. I do yell at it. I yell random things in my computer because it's a very frustrating game. And my roommate, for Christmas, bought me a slave. I have Alexa now.
She's great.
I love Alexa. Alexa hates me. Because Alexa thinks everything I say sounds like Alexa. At one point I was yelling at her, get in your damn lane! And you're, I love you too. Alexa, what was that? Boom. I don't know. Alexa, are you mad at me? Boom. I don't have feelings. And then Xander comes from the other room. Oh, so you're leaving me for her now? It's a great tool to have in the house. I use Alexa to make grocery lists. I use Alexa as much as I possibly can because it has really, really helped out my life. But in some ways, it's making everything a little bit more difficult. Because my dad was an electrician. My dad was an old school electrician. He taught me how to test for a live wire. Would you guys like to learn really quickly how to test for a live wire? Yes! There you go. You have the wire sticking out? Fast is the trick. He actually told me fast is the trick, because if you go slow, you get stuck and die. Like, huh? There's not a better way to do this? He goes, oh, there's a million better ways. But this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to go turn off the popper. But I use that knowledge to rewire my house, and now a decent majority of my house is a smart house. I love it. Alexa, turn off the house, and one at a time, all the lights wink out, and it scares the shit out of the cat. She will be sitting on the top of the couch like, Alexa, turn off the lights, click, click, click. And then it starts, so she can't see, so she just runs into her cat tree. Then Xander feels bad, gives her a treat which she can't find because the lights aren't on, and Alexa doesn't listen to him very well. Which is part of the problem, because I made a smart house. I did this to try to save electricity. I'm doing everything I can to make this house better. And this genius dragon over here, while standing next to the kitchen light switch, Alexa, turn off the kitchen. Boom, nothing happens. He goes, oh well, and Wolf goes to bed. Just because you couldn't turn it off with your magic voice doesn't mean you don't turn off the lights! It was right there! So I go to bed, we have the second Alexa in the bedroom, I lay down and I basically told him exactly what I just told you guys. He's like, yeah, that's a shame. Alexa, turn on the house, and then unplug the Alexa. He goes, now you go turn off the lights. Not so easy, is it, bitch? Lovely. I do apologize. I try not to. I don't know how to actually use a phone. Like, I know there's a better way to unlock it, but I only know that this finger to this sensor lets me watch porn. That is the extent of knowledge of phone. So I don't really know how to... Oh boy, I forgot about this one. So, I have a weird job with some weird people. Sometimes I don't need to be the high one to notice the humor of the situation. My coworkers, they know about furry. They found it online. They announced to me that they found it online Christmas years ago. Like, hey, Evelyn, did you want to go caroling this year? And they called me Dan. Hey, Dan, you want to go caroling this year? Like, no. It's like, well, we could really use a chorus guy for 5 dick-shaped things. Oh, shit. That's how they told me they found my YouTube channel. And they've still watched it. But apparently one day, a conversation started happening at work while I wasn't there.
The conversation was along the lines of, wait a minute, are all furries vegetarians? What? That was the conversation they had. So they started looking into it. Because according to them, we would have to be vegetarians, because in the world we live in, aren't we the animals? They don't eat each other, do they? Don't get ahead of me. Here's a really fun one for you. Type into Google, do furries eat each other? Or something along those lines. I wish I knew exactly what they typed, because it took them to FA. And when I got into work that day, I was greeted by, oh my God, you do eat each other! And it's sexy! 3 people had FA loaded onto their computers. And they were browsing. Now the thing about that is, we're all pit brokers. Many of the people who worked with me used to work on the floor. So we used to have these old traditions. Shark out of water. We literally would take a car. This is an old trading jacket. See how it's got the little collar? We'd slide a trading card, cut like a shark fin under the collar, and as you were walking around, people would scream in your ear, shark out of water! And you'd hate them. We did stupid stuff like that on the floor, so now that we have to work with computers, we need to entertain ourselves. And their way of doing that is figuring out each other's passwords and changing their backgrounds. Yeah. There's porn of me in my office. I don't know if they knew it was me until my friend at work pulled me to the side and says, dude, I need to talk to you. You, go on this FA thing? No. Well, then you don't know, dude. Look, we were all being goofy, and we know your name is Alkali. So we typed it into FA. Oh, shit. Oh? Go, yeah. We didn't really find much about you. But isn't your boyfriend a blue dragon? But yeah, he is cheating on you with everyone. Yeah, I mean, there was an otter, a bird, I think a gelatinous ooze. We're not sure on that one. Also, he's not a vegetarian. They're fun at work, but it's such a different world. I love the fur community. I'm with a bunch of people like myself. There I'm with a bunch of people who I've adapted to. It's like I'm in the wild. And every once in a while, I see something so profoundly stupid that it makes me change the way I think. Because I would have never in a million years thought this were possible. But a commercial came on the news as we were sitting at work. And I didn't know they had this. It's a commercial for PrEP. You guys know what PrEP is? PrEP is basically an AIDS vaccine. It prevents you from getting AIDS to a certain extent. And the commercial had a guy in the most flamboyant shirt imaginable. And I take PrEP every day before going to masturbate. It was the gayest thing I had ever seen. Like, all right, they're going a little above and beyond there, and I'm not really paying attention. And it's the normal medical commercial. They go through a series of people. And all of a sudden, a woman came on the screen. And one of the brokers goes, what the hell? I thought this was an AIDS commercial. But yeah, just, well, why is there a woman on that? And there was a moment of pure silence. And another broker goes, women can get AIDS too. And he went, no, it's a gay thing. And everyone, because they know I'm gay, they all went quiet. They went, dude, do you think that's like how they did tests or something? Like, did he get AIDS? Gay. Did he get AIDS? No, he's fine. Let him go. He can go into the church now. And I'm sitting there trying to fathom where he got this information. What are you talking? How could you think that women can't get this? How have you not been a part of this? And he goes, well, wait a minute, and freezes. Women can have it. Can straight men have it? Like, yes. He goes, oh shit, and walks away with his hand like, that is the dumbest person who controls all of your economy that I have ever seen. He got tested, and I shit you not, told us the next day that he was embarrassed, and actually wrote on the form, looking for this, age test, not gay. Dude, do we need to have a conversation? He's like, no, it's not you. It's me. I'm like, oh my God, you just broke up with me. And I said that loud enough for everyone to hear, and everyone around me finally in on the show was like, he's gay. Like, I don't know how to feel about this, but I feel better. And the next day, on his background, was a picture of a dragon screwing an otter. My finger, point. I don't remember. I had and I did. I wrote notes, and he helps me. We'll get a little eye. I'll say stuff, and he'll try to record it, and then he'll send it to me. But they're almost always nonsense the next day. He literally sent me, Nutella is a slippery slope. I have no idea what we were talking about for Nutella is a slippery slope. Oh, I know that one. We just prepped for Fursquared. I've been prepping for Fursquared for weeks now. But this was the culmination. I've been so happy. I've gotten so excited going to this convention. And of course, any kind of excitement like that, anyone around who gets infected, and Xander was totally infected by this wonderful emotion of, oh my God, we're going to run a con. We're going to throw this big party. We're going to see all of our friends. He's like, oh my God, we need a flag. Awesome! Woo! So he made a flag. We went online and found out you could buy flags, like the Fursquared flag, for like $200. You no. So he said, well, what if I buy some red cloth and paint the flag on there? That'll be like $10. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I saved $190 and he's going to be covered in paint. Happy days. Well, he went into the kitchen, taped this flag to the wall, pulled out a projector, and shined the Fursquared logo on. And I watched it for a while. Xander is an incredible artist. He is so good. His hands were steady. He slowly painted the white outline. He left the red F in the middle for Fursquared blank. That's how he created the effect. And it was beautiful. It's actually hanging up in the con suite right now on the front of the bar. And I came in there and I complimented him on his work, and he took it off the wall. The wall that had a Fursquared logo painted on it because it all bled through the flag. I like the neat house. He goes, oh my God, it's acrylic paint, don't worry, it'll come right off. And I'm watching him smear the circle of paint on my wall. I'm like, all right, you'll take care of that. I'm going to go in the other room and watch cars crash into each other. The next morning I woke up. Now you have to remember, Xander just had ocular surgery. Now when we were first dating, he didn't understand why I would always say, why don't you come over to my place? We can hang out here. The reason was, he doesn't see textures very well at all, so he couldn't really see the grime in the bathroom. It just looked like a nice porcelain top instead of all the pubes. Well, he still has that problem to this day. He can't really see textures, so he had a solid color wall in his vision. It cleaned up perfectly in his vision. So if it cleans up so perfectly, why not keep going? So in the morning, I expected to have a little bit of a mess to clean up, to finish off cleaning what he was doing. And on the floor, there was a few blots, but I look at the wall, there's still some of the Fursquared logo, and now there's a dog skull and crossbones because he painted the Dragon Show flag right where he painted the other one and couldn't clean that up either. I was looking forward to waking up and seeing the F clean. Now I have a skull on my wall. I'm like, oh, we're Gothic now. That's coming over. I hate you. Guys, my name is Alkali. Thank you so much. This has been
Do you need help? Yeah.
No, I'm leaving them all up here. It'll confuse the shit out of me.
Oh, wait.
That's two folks.
Brought another one.
Bones for Dennis. Bones for Dennis. He'll never find his. That board.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And not a single iPhone. Good job, guys. Yeah, there's 2 eyes, though. I like that. Hey, no iPhones. Woo! We like Android! Yay! This means nothing! Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my closest friends, and I have actually... I've been going to cons just as long as he has. We both went to the very first FCN. We didn't really talk to each other at that point, but it has been such a great journey watching him start from there and become the amazing performer that you have in front of you now. So, we're not supposed to say this, but saving the best for last. Please welcome Pandez!
We'll start with the roving mic. I wanted this one here because I have something later I might want to use it for. Oh my gosh! It is so awesome to be back up here on stage for you guys. I was going to come out here and start by going, so is this, Tide Pod meme still a thing? And then I went into the dealer's den. Apparently it's still a thing. You have Tide, it's adorable, and I bought it because I will support memes. If there's a meme Kickstarter, I'll go for it. But it's like, don't eat Tide Pods. Or technically, if you look at it grammatically, don't Tide Pod eat. These are in the den, and I'm like, yay, the Tide Pod meme is still a thing, so I can talk about it. Why? Why are we doing this Tide Pod thing? Like, what? How did this become a thing? In nature, things are bright and colorful to warn animals, this might be poison. And in the real world, this might be candy. I think while we've got this whole Tide Pod thing going on, we should, let poison control take a little break. Come on, let them take a natural selection hiatus. You call them up. Hello, you've reached poison control. We're currently on break right now, but if you have a Tide Pod related event, press 2 to take over to the Dan hotline. Hi, you've reached the Darwin Award nomination line. If you put Tide Pods on a pizza, press 1. If you want a Tide Pod donut, press 2. I can't believe they were making, I don't know if you saw the Tide Pod donuts at this one bakery. Like, it was, the icing was like spot on the Tide Pod icing. Like, you're intentionally screwing with the kids at this point. Like, you go for coffee with Dad, and he's like, would you like a sweet donut? There you go, it's full of fancy icing. Then they get home later, go into the laundry room and go, Timbits! Seriously though, the people that are putting Tide Pods on pizza, number one, if you want to melt Tide Pods, that's fine, that's on your own conscience. But you screw with a perfectly good pizza, you answer to me. Anyway. I love it, that's kind of... But no, like I just they just keep popping up everywhere. It better not show up in my cereal, that's all I'm saying. Like if I tune into TV and it's like, oh look, we've got green clovers and blue diamonds and new Tide Pod marshmallows. New Tide Pod Lucky Charms. It's magically deathlicious. So I did a little something on Twitter earlier this week, and I was like, you know what, I want to try something. It's like 3 days before the convention. Send me a topic. I'm going to see if I can come up with something in time for this panel. And I didn't get too many responses, but I did get some interesting ones. Somebody sent me, talk about this new thing called Vatra Black. Who here knows what Vatra Black is?
Vanta Black.
Vanta Black. Yes, right, Vanta Black, thank you. Help people know. Vanta Black is essentially this new black substance that is so black, it absorbs 99.97% of light. Like, you look at this and it's like you put like a normal black shirt next to this Vanta Black and it looks like light gray. It's crazy. Supposedly something for like taking pictures in space and absorbing these little light spectrums. But I can't help but think, you know, I didn't know what it was. Like when I first did Vanta Black, I'm like, what is that, the new villain from the Black Panther movie? You'll never mess with Vanta Black. Is that a new soda? You've tried Vanta Grape. Try new Vanta Black. It's dark delicious. But but no, all I could think of was I want to see a Vanta Black fursuit. Running down the hall, all you see, so they did this experiment where they painted like a three-dimensional sculpture with this Vanta Black. Because it absorbs all the light, you can't tell it's three-dimensional. It looks 2D. So if you have a Vanta Black fursuit, you've got the shadow of a giant fursuit running down the halls coming to hug you. Don't get a Vanta Black mersuit. Oh, those tiger stripes will shine like the sun. Someone said to me, you know, you've done a couple songs before. Did one of Alkali, Xander, The Bulge, classic Bulge. Do one of Uncle Kage. And I'm like, I cannot write a song in 3 days, but I tried. So, in my usual theme of Christmas-like parodies, here's what I managed to come up with in 3 days. You'll probably get what it's referencing. Kage got run over by his mother, walking back to the con at AC. You might think this just another story, but just look for those tread marks, you'll believe. Kage got his mom a scooter, so she could motor around the con. He said, now accelerate slowly, but she just laughed and hit the gas and she was gone. Kage, he got quite worried. Security called, she is up here. What the heck's she doing down there? Well, currently she is drinking all our beer. That's all I managed to come up with in 3 days, but look for that full song to come soon. Sorry, I'm having a little drink here. Diet Dr. Pepper, but thank you. Oh, there's all these phones on here. 622, okay. So I'll take a little bit more time today because I've been feeling not too well, so I wanted to keep my bit of it short today. So I just have one more thing, unfortunately, for you tonight. But it's another parody song. It's not Christmassy, but I don't know. The lyrics kind of came to me a couple weeks ago, and I just was like, this needs to be a song. It's a parody of Hey There, Delilah. And what other name do we know that has 3 syllables? Hey there, Alkali, chair of Fursquared in Milwaukee. I thank you for the invite, but dear God, it's February, it's cold, it's true. I could use some beer cheese soup. I'm turning blue. I forgot my prop for the next part, so I was going to be tossing you cookies at this point. Hey there, Alkali, sorry about the Kailarati. I'd like to make it up to you, so here, have some biscotti. Now go sit down. Look around, there's not one frown, 'cause we're such clowns. Oh, you are so darn funny. You are so darn funny. Oh, you are so darn funny. Oh, you are so darn funny. So darn funny. Hey there, Alkali, you booze-generating fairy. Your booming voice, I will admit, it's really kinda scary. You're out of screw. People back in time can hear you. In World War II. Oh, you are so darn funny. 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 The Dragon Show is taking off, Xander, and you deserve applause. They have a Patreon, so please donate. Our haters might make fun of us, but we'll just laugh along because we know I'm fat and you are super gay. Alkali, I promise you, by the time this decade's through, furry cons will never be the same, and we're to blame. Hey there, Alkali, I know work it kinda blows, but one day three-headed monster will perform the sold-out shows. We'll have it all. We'll hang out with Patton Oswalt. She's not that tall. Hey there, Alkali, you might be crying at what I say, but this simple song I'm parodying, it's just my humble way to say you're a gas. You're one act that's full of class. I raise my glass for Ken. Oh, you are so darn funny. Oh, you are so darn funny. Oh, you are so darn funny. You are so darn funny. So darn funny. Oh, whoa, 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 So let's get everyone back up here on stage. Collect the photos, please come up to the stage.
Thank you for your donation.
Can we call all these at once? I actually do not know which one my phone is.
Sticky one.